Tonight on the podcast, we're talking Morbius being delayed again, a Beavis and Butthead revival, Logan Paul getting Pokemon scammed, an Incredible Hulk #1 selling for an astronomical amount of money, Black Widow losing $600 million in piracy. We're going to cover it all tonight on this episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast. Max, hit that music. It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're locked in to the best damn podcast in all of the land. The Absolute Geek Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Max.
And you guys are here. Happy 2022, everyone. You are helping us kick off year 8 of the Absolute Geek Podcast. And let me tell you, with what we've got planned, it's probably the best year yet, which may be offensive to everyone else who's been on this podcast before this, but that's all right. That, you know, sometimes you just gotta throw statements out there and back them up. So that's what we're gonna do this year. We're gonna throw some statements and back them up. As you can see, it's just me and Max tonight because, well, originally I wasn't gonna be here because I'm supposed to be having a baby. We'll get to that in a minute. But Lance had to go to the emergency room because he had, I guess, an accident with the industrial head buffer his wife got him for Christmas. He was getting it real nice and shiny for the show tonight, and he slipped, and whoopsie daisies. So we wish him a speedy recovery in that industrial accident. It could happen to anyone, Lance. It can happen to anyone. I'm just have a beautiful head of hair, but you know.
I'm just excited. The next time I see him, I'm going to be able to look at myself in the reflection of his bald head and do some grooming on my beard. So, he's taking one for the team.
I heard it's going to be like a ring light where it's going to just like shine off his head, and you can use it to take photos. I heard you can use it to use next year's family photos for your Christmas card.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
But I hope everyone had a good holiday, a good new year. How was your holidays, Max?
It was good, other than the fact that I got the cron.
You got the cron again?
Well, I mean, I got Omicron. That was my first time.
Oh.
But I got COVID back in like January or July.
Did they actually tell you what strain you had?
No, I didn't test myself. I had been around some other people who tested positive for COVID, and I was like around them 3 days earlier, and I was sick with similar symptoms. So I don't know that it was Omicron, but I just stayed away from people. But it was after Christmas at least. So I got to do Christmas and then got sick and just stayed away from people until the new year. And now I'm all good. It was only like 2 days. It wasn't that bad. It ended up working out. I did projects around the house, and I just, I was sick for 2 days, and then just, I mounted a new TV. I've hung up new ceiling fans. I replaced the GFCI switch in my house.
Whoa, slow down there, Bob Vila. Most people don't even know who that is. I should say Tim Taylor. I just dated myself by saying Bob Vila, but
yeah, I don't even know who Bob Vila is.
Wow, he used to do this home improvement show on basic television in the 90s, early 2000s. This Old House with Bob Vila.
Oh, I am definitely no handyman, that's for sure. A lot of YouTube videos went into this. And all of that stuff is simple. It's all simple stuff. But
that's good, man.
I fixed the door. I fixed the freaking door.
Wow.
My master bedroom, ever since I moved in, didn't latch. You want to know how I fixed it? I held onto the top of it and jumped and then pulled down. That's it. It needed to be like moved like a centimeter down so it would fit into the latch. That's all I had to do.
You need to get a shirt that says "A nerd at work with tools." That's what you do. Yeah, my Christmas is good, man. I got to spend it with the family. We went to Aaron's uncle's house Christmas Eve, and then my parents' Christmas Day. Spent New Year's at home, just laying low because we're getting ready for the baby, which is coming next Thursday, thankfully, the 13th. So this is officially, I've said it before, this is officially my last show for a few weeks. So if all goes right, I'm going to leave it up to you two to plan episode 300 and get that squared away. And that'll be the episode I come back on. but we are doing the damn thing next Thursday.
Yeah,
So
you will definitely not be here.
no, I will
You
not
will
be here.
have a daughter. You will be enjoying her and also enjoying
Yes.
no sleep.
Yeah, so I'll be hopefully being able to share pictures with you guys and the name and all that before next week's show, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But
Yeah, man.
Otherwise, it's been a good couple weeks off. Glad to be back. 2022, big things in store.
Yeah, man. I'm stoked. Had a lot of time. I mean, we're going to talk about some of the stuff I've been watching, but I had a lot of time to be in front of screens too. I watched. We're not going to talk about this tonight. I watched all of Yellowstone, all 4 seasons.
I haven't even started that.
Couldn't stop watching it, and now I want to be a cowboy. Yeah, yeehaw! I loved it. It was so good.
It's good. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe that's what I'll do when I'm on my paternity leave.
There you go. Yeah, do it.
But
I'm not going to say it's the greatest show ever. Don't think I'm telling you it's Breaking Bad or something like that. But it's really good and it's pretty addicting.
So you're telling me you're not going to pull a pepperoni and tell me something's the greatest show ever, and when I watch, I'm like, it's all right. It's not
correct.
It's okay. All right. Well, that's a good start. But all right, let's go ahead and get into some geek news tonight, and let's get rolling here.
Let's do it.
No geek news, party time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got another delay. Morbius delayed yet again. Moved to April of 2022. Is this movie ever coming out?
The real question is, do I even care? Because the answer is no.
Why?
What little I cared about this movie is just gone down the drain. 6 delays in, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't even care about this movie. I was already like disinterested to begin with, and I don't know, man. I was gonna watch it when it was coming out this month, but now it's coming out in April. I'm sure I'm still gonna go see it because I like going to the movies. But I'm just not excited about it. Are you excited about this movie?
Yes and no. I'm excited for this movie because of what's being talked about out there right now in the sphere and whether it's accurate or not. This is the one time that I think with Spider-Man No Way Home, spoilers ruined it for me. But I think this is a movie where what's being talked about right now might make it better, and that is the return of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. There is talk floating around that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is actually the Spider-Man you see on the poster. And because of the comments made in the trailer, we already know that this movie takes place in the same universe as Venom. But we know that Venom is a different universe than the MCU, thanks to No Way Home.
Yeah.
So there is talk going on that Andrew Garfield is actually going to be the Spider-Man of this universe. And after what we saw in No Way Home, that makes me super excited.
Same.
To see what they do with Morbius.
All right, that makes me more excited. I'm not expecting him to be in the movie, but I'm really hoping No Way Home spurs a movement that's already starting to get Andrew Garfield another Spider-Man movie because I would love it.
There's already talks for Andrew Garfield to get a 3rd one and Toby to get a 4th one. So that movie has done a lot to really spur those, like we said before, really just justify and redeem those previous iterations of Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the MCU.
Absolutely. And it's their highest grossing movie ever. So they're going to want to ride that train.
Yeah. And like one of the things we're talking about, there's one, when we're talking about our spoiler-filled No Way Home review, I've sat here for the last 2 weeks and I'm like, I can't believe none of us touched on the fact that he's got the classic red and blue costume on at the very end of the movie.
I love it.
And I was like, nobody's brought that up, that he's wearing the classic red and blue made in his own little, sewing machine at the end of the movie.
I love it, man. I've always been a fan of, I like the original suit, obviously, but just the low-tech suits. I've never been the biggest fan of all this kill mode and having an AI in there. And I like that Spider-Man's like, he's a poor kid. Mm-hmm. Like, I love it. Like, that's what I've always liked about Spider-Man. So I'm stoked to get more Andrew, or not Andrew. Well, I'm hoping more Andrew
He's
Garfield
just
too.
a
But
poor boy from a poor family.
family, yeah. I'm just looking forward to seeing Tom Holland without all the tech and
Yes.
but like with a
Hopefully
cool
with that.
looking costume. Because in Homecoming we saw him without tech at the end of the movie, but I don't really enjoy his hoodie Spider-Man costume as much as this new one that he's going to be wearing.
Yeah. Hopefully we get that, but hopefully Morbius is worth the wait. I mean, I know Venom was pushed quite a bit, and that was lackluster. It really leaves a bad taste in your mouth when this movie just keeps getting pushed. And it kind of makes me wonder how much did Marvel want to maybe push Spider-Man again, but with all the buzz and everything that was going, they didn't. And it turned out that was a good play because that movie, I think it's already crossed $1 billion grossing mark.
Yeah, that movie basically said there's not a pandemic going on.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like, because it didn't break just COVID records, it's breaking Sony's records. Period.
Yeah, and I guess there's a lot to say that the Cron is running rampant right now, so a lot of people probably aren't going to the movies again, but it didn't seem to stop people from going to see Spider-Man.
And that's why I don't think, because I've heard some people say they think the reason for the delay is COVID, and maybe it is, but I don't think so. I really think it's more a matter of they don't want anything to get in the way of No Way Home continuing to get box office success. That's what I think. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're doing some tweaks to the editing. Maybe they're making the CGI better. Who knows? But I'm not sure what their reason for the delay is.
Well, I mean, it's not a huge delay. It's only a couple months, but yeah, it makes me wonder if there's going to be reshoots, if they're going to do some re-editing, if they're going to recut the movie because it's not testing well, or whatever the case may be. So
yeah, that could be. Maybe there's a few scenes that people are like, we really don't like that, and so they're gonna. I don't know that they have time to do reshoots, but they probably have some time to re-edit and reconfigure. So,
but
I hope it's good. I always want the movies to be good.
Right. Another big one that was announced by Mike Judge himself, the creator of Beavis and Butthead. We are getting a new Paramount Plus Beavis and Butthead movie, spurring off the success of the South Park COVID movies. We are getting a Beavis and Butthead movie this year on Paramount Plus. We got some sketches leaked here of what Beavis and Butthead are going to look like. Were you ever a Beavis and Butthead fan, Max? Are you excited for Beavis and Butthead's return? Are you ready to see them once again do America?
I am familiar with Beavis and Butthead, but I have not watched a single episode.
Oh, millennials.
Millennials, you're a millennial.
I love Beavis and Butthead, man. It's the it was South Park before South Park. It's just one of those classic D-Gen shows from when you were a kid that everyone in your school talked about, that your parents didn't want you watching, that you stayed up to watch on MTV.
My parents didn't let me watch The Simpsons. There's no way they would have let me watch Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see what they do with this, with an older Beavis and Butthead. I mean, MTV rebooted the series a few years ago for one season, and now we're going to get a movie. So it'd be interesting to see what Beavis and Butthead are like older. We haven't got a release date yet for it. All we've got so far is that the confirmation that it's coming this year, and then the sketches of Old Man Beavis and Old Man Butthead. So
I like it.
Something to look forward to if you're fans of Beavis and Butthead. Moving on, Logan Paul, everyone's favorite YouTuber to hate, next to his brother Jake, may have been scammed big time when it comes to Pokemon cards. Listen, Pokemon cards, card openings, pack breaks, Panini Sports cards, all that stuff is just blowing up right now. All that stuff is just massively blowing up. Everyone is trying to buy up product as quickly as they can. You can't find it in store shelves. Cards are going for hundreds of dollars up to thousands of dollars, or in hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's just insane. So Pokemon is one of those that people are buying like crazy, selling packs like crazy. And especially the first series, the base gen sets, Logan Paul apparently acquired a Pokemon base trading card set, Gen 1, first edition Pokemon set, paid about $3.5 million for this thing. $4.5 million for these. And there are Pokemon aficionados out there that are saying that he might have purchased and got scammed and bought a fake set, as all these big time Pokemon people are saying that the cards don't look right, the verbiage on them isn't right, the image on them isn't right. There's just a lot of things that stand out about these cards. This set, I guess, has been looked at by several people before Logan Paul purchased them. So
it's a lot of freaking money.
Yeah, $3.5 million on this set. And
that is a lot of money.
There's people that are trying to help him, to verify whether the set is legit or not. But to have that kind of money from doing YouTube and putting on boxing matches is insanity. To buy a Pokemon set and get scammed like that. Insane.
No, it's absolutely insane. And it's like, I don't really want anyone to get scammed, but goodness gracious, why are you spending $3.5 million on something like that? I mean, I guess if you have the money, that's a ludicrous amount of money, man.
And the resale value is going through the roof. Yes, Ish said, I read that Topps trading cards was sold to Fanatic. Yeah, so Fanatic actually got the rights to Major League Baseball from Topps, and then Topps was then sold to Fanatics after that. But yeah, the sports card game right now is insane. Trading cards in general is insane. If you guys hit up Whatnot and you're looking at people selling stuff on Whatnot, the app Whatnot, cards are astronomical. You're paying $1,000 for a box of cards to rip open, and it's insanity. But
I might just have to go through my old box of cards, reach out to my mom and dad. I got a box of old trading cards. Maybe something in there's worth some money.
Well, it's even crazier that people are watching you open them. So you go on there, you bid a certain amount of money for packs, and then you watch the person open them live on. It's a sealed pack. You watch the person open them live on camera, and you get what's in that pack. Or some of them will, like, if they're doing NFL, they'll sell like 15 slots, 32 slots, whatever it is, and then they'll do a randomizer, and by that randomizer, we'll assign you a team like the Packers or the Cardinals or the Eagles or whatever it is. You get that slot, and as they're ripping open packs, as they're going through it, you get, if those players for those teams come up, those are the cards you get. So you're potentially getting $1,000 cards. Yeah, I was watching the one the other day. I'm watching dudes pay $800 for a slot to watch this guy open like 6 boxes of cards, and then you get whatever it is you pull from that team. So it's insanity. It is insanity. But yeah, I just think it's crazy that $3.5 million to potentially get scammed on a first edition box set of the original Pokemon cards, the set that launched it all. So
wish I would have bought Pokemon cards back when I was 9 years old or whatever.
They're still insane right now. Like, wow. There's people that make a killing on YouTube opening Pokemon cards and sports cards, and people just like to see what you pull. It's a phenomenon that's exploding. But what we got next? Let's talk Book of Boba Fett.
Let's do it, man.
All Book of Boba nap time.
Book of Boba nap time.
Hey, we got a special guest joining us right in time, Kyle.
What's up, Kyle?
Speaking of the cracking cards, Brian did a card cracking on Whatnot, and the way he told it to me was it was $40 for the crack. In the guy card, that card's going to be worth like $100,000 after it's graded.
Jesus,
something crazy like that. Like Brian just sold those 3 cards and he got $50,000 for 3 cards.
Of what?
There was a Kobe, and then there was 2 hockey cards, and all 3 of the cards together, he sold them for like $50,000.
Goodness gracious! Where's he getting these cards?
He had them for a while. He's been sitting on them. There were a couple rookie cards, and he had been sitting on them, and they were graded. And it was just like he just, it was the time to strike. You know what I mean?
Sure. That's why I'm saying I'm pretty sure at my mom and dad's house I got like a booklet full of cards. Some of them I'm sure are trash, but I might have a Ken Griffey Jr. Rookie card. Maybe that's worth something nowadays. I don't know.
I started going through some of my cards and shit. I was like, yeah, maybe I got something.
Yeah, but you don't, or you do.
Nah, I don't got nothing fucking fancy. Hell no.
I probably don't either, but it's worth looking for an hour.
Just the thought of it. Oh yeah. And Brian just bought a bunch more cards, and he got some pretty cool shit out of it too. He'll be selling soon.
Well, yeah,
Nice.
I went to Panini's website, was looking at some of these sets to do something like that, and it's like $1,000 for a set for a box of cards.
If you go to, I don't know, are you guys hockey fans?
Yeah,
No, not really.
If you go to Brian's Instagram and scroll, he'll show you all three cards.
I think he had a Sidney Crosby rookie,
And some other guy with a weird name.
I think-
Ovechkin?
Was it Alex Ovechkin?
Yeah. He had his rookie card signed, and it came back when it graded as a 10.
Hey, Patrick, what's going on? That's crazy.
Patiently waiting for the tech portion of the show, Max.
Oh, I got this new TV, Max, and no,
Oh,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
right.
I really did it.
You did?
No.
Oh, okay.
You already
almost-
missed it. You already talked about how he did cable management.
I did talk about doing cable management.
I did almost buy a guitar though.
Oh, nice.
I didn't though. I couldn't pull the trigger.
I got a new dual monitor stand so that I don't have to have individual monitor stands on my desk, and I just put that up today. It's great. So there you go. There's your tech portion, Mr. Bender. Yo, speaking of Book of Boba Fett, though, the first episode I don't want to say underwhelmed, but I was just like, it's fine. Feels like a lot of setup. But this last
I think
episode was
the
great.
beginning of the first episode of Boba Fett, what made the episode like Matt and I were talking, it was like the first 3 minutes.
Mhm.
Oh no, was that me and you, Matt? Maybe it's somebody else.
No.
Actually, I think it was my buddy Jason. Like the first 3 minutes, like made that episode really good because it was like,
Oh
you
yeah,
knew-
seeing him
you
come
knew
out of
what
the
was-
Sarlacc, it was awesome.
yeah, you knew what was happening. So I think
Yeah.
that's what. And then after that, it just went.
Yeah, it was okay. It was like I don't mind seeing the past and like how
Here.
he gets from the Sarlacc to the Mando season 2, but it was slow in the first episode. I thought episode 2 was way better.
Okay, look. Pretend my headset is a Boba Fett helmet. Now I'm gonna talk. Now I'm not gonna talk. Now I'm gonna talk. Now I'm not gonna talk. Now I'm gonna talk.
He does take his helmet off a
I
lot.
was fucking the second episode. I was screaming at the fucking TV, motherfucker! Stop taking your helmet off to talk. What the hell?
I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice,
No.
dude?
But
Anytime
a
he
lot
talked,
of-
he took his helmet off. Like
I
that
did
could be a
notice-
drinking game.
I did notice that his helmet is off a lot, which is odd because he never takes his helmet off in the movies. And granted, he's not in the movies much, but like that's one of the cool things about Boba Fett is he's just in really cool armor and he's mysterious, and
I figured maybe it's because he's bigger, so it's hotter, and he has to take it off more because he's sweating. Maybe.
could be it is harder to understand when
I think
they
it's
have the helmet on.
I think it's in his contract that he can only talk with his helmet off.
They're just trying to nip the Pedro Pascal complaint in the butt right now, where he's like, "Why do I always have my helmet on?"
Well, they went to like a whole other extreme. Let's
Yes,
not
they
take
did.
it off, but a couple times. Let's take it off every time before I fucking talk.
Well,
Yeah.
wasn't Pedro Pascal not in the? I thought it wasn't him a lot of the time. Like there was like a stunt double basically always in there, and then he just said the lines.
Then that dude's a fucking genius. And
Keep your helmet on.
that dude's got it more figured out than the.
That
fucking
might just
dude
be
I
a
work with.
rumor. That might just be a rumor, but that's kind of what I had heard is that he voices it over later.
Well, I heard a lot about that about the last season. Is that because he got mad and stormed off set, so it was a lot of voiceover, and so it's someone else in the suit. So Who knows?
Why do these
But-
people get mad and storm off? They're filming fucking 26-minute episodes.
Right? They're not sitting behind a computer desk working claims all day or
Draining their life away.
right.
Like,
I'm so sorry that you have to make millions of dollars acting. I feel so bad
it's just
for
like
you.
it's like that. What's that name? That dude from fucking Criminal Minds, the original star of Criminal Minds, Ochsner.
Was he
like,
a diva?
He got kicked off the show because he like kicked one of the writers because he got all mad at him.
Jeez.
And like these people, I'm tired of playing this part. I can't do it anymore. Shut the fuck up. Entertain us.
You're gonna pay millions of dollars to make.
I'll defend that a little bit. I mean, you could be in a job for 5-6 years,
Harry Potter
and you're tired
forever.
tired of doing that job. I can get that, but
they're not, dude. They're like it's years apart, and they do other stuff in between. It's not like
it's true. It's true.
It's not like it's it's not like Matt was saying. He's not fucking a claims person sitting behind a desk waiting for somebody to call. Like he's fucking.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And then he takes a break, just like Ryan Reynolds. Hey, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna do a cell phone company
and a gin company, and Ryan Reynolds is a man of many talents.
And he is, and he plays the same character in pretty much every movie lately.
It's always
it's the same thing with Keanu Reeves now. It's Keanu Reeves playing John Wick, playing Keanu Reeves being Neo.
Poorly, if you're talking about The Matrix. That movie was awful.
Terrible.
Oh, so bad.
Dude, I couldn't even like I think everybody who posted on Facebook, I think like you did, Sam did. I think I posted the same thing. Once I figured out the plot, and this is like I felt smart, like I was like you guys with movies, I was like, I know what they're doing. They're talking shit because they had to make this movie. It's stupid. I'm going to bed, and I fucking went to sleep. I'm a video game designer, and I don't really want to do this, and they're making me. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that movie was bad. That's why it's not in our run of show today, because I don't need to get angry. I don't need to talk about that movie.
Did you take it out? Because I had it in there.
Oh, did you have it in there?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I didn't realize it was in there.
For that. Ryan Reynolds is Van Wilder over and over. Yes, he is. He's Deadpool. They should make a movie where he's Deadpool in every movie.
I didn't realize that. Like, this is how you can tell I'm dumb and I don't really pay attention. This is how you can tell I really don't pay attention when movies are on. I was like this years old before I realized that the reason that Van Wilder wore a Volkswagen hat
was because of his initials.
It's because it's his initials.
Yeah.
And dude, if you Google Volkswagen, it'll say Van Wilder Volkswagen hat. Like I was not like the first person to like try to Google it, because it's got the big Volkswagen in there and it's got a little one on the back of the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not the first, but yeah, I was like, somebody actually had to say it to me, and I was like, oh, well, I just feel dumb. But I figured out the plot of the Matrix pretty quick.
Now, if I could only figure out the plot of the Book of Boba Fett, we'll be all good.
You know what the plot of the Book of Boba Fett is?
Nap time. Yeah.
You didn't like episode 2 either, huh?
I haven't liked episode 1 or 2, man. I feel like it's boring and slow. Like Kyle was saying, the Sarlacc pit is the best part, and then it gets boring. And then episode 2, like where you see the twins and that whole like in the Black Wookiee, that's cool. The rest of it.
You didn't like the train scene? The train scene was
no,
pretty legit.
dude. I'm sitting here today in my group chat, and maybe you could explain it to me, Mr. Star Wars. I'm like, what is the point of this train? Is what's this train doing? Is it just a couple dudes get together and decide we're gonna joyride through the desert and take some shots at some sand people? Like,
well, it was a supply train. There was a bunch of supplies on it that the sand people were taking.
What do sand people look like underneath their armor?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I just like, yeah. After his industrial head shining accident, I was just like, it's just so boring, and I don't care about And like, what was with this Vision Quest? And it got all of a sudden got to stick. Like, where the hell did it get the stick from? And then how
That
long is it
part
going to
I
be
thought was
until
weird.
sticking I said, how long is it till the kids start sticking lizards up their
Dude,
nose?
I cannot wait till that's the new next TikTok trend.
You know,
The fucking shove a lizard up your nose.
It might happen.
Solo says it's training is smuggling spice for the syndicate. All right, that makes sense, I guess. What up, Stick Boy?
You know how there's that one show that's got the train that goes through snow?
Snowpiercer.
Well, this one is for the desert.
And then we're gonna have a show where it's just a train going through the leaves in autumn.
I'm not gonna say that
It's
the
called-
Book of
no,
Boba
it's called,
Fett is like
That one's got fucking Tom Hanks in it. He's a train conductor.
the Polar Express, the Christmas
Yeah.
one.
Polar Express.
The Tree Frog Challenge. I like
There you go,
that.
Stick Boy.
I don't know. I enjoyed episode 2. It's not the best Star Wars content out there. I think Mando season 2 and season 1 are both better so far, but
Maybe
I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Everybody overhyped it.
See, and that's
their
maybe why
heads.
I'm liking it, because I don't really care about Boba Fett and never have. And I wasn't expecting much. In fact, when I heard about the show, I was like, I don't want this. So maybe that's why I'm enjoying it, is because I really didn't care about it.
I just don't like. I'm there for the Mandalorian. Like, I like the Mandalorian. I've loved everything we've gotten from the Mandalorian so far. I don't need to see like these flashbacks of Boba Fett. Like, I like the stuff where we're seeing him be in charge and take over and kind of stand his ground and lay claim to Jabba's empire. But I'm just not a fan of seeing all the stuff with the sand people and just. It's just super, super slow for me.
Hopefully it picks up.
I guess it like super big Star Wars fans like Stick Boy and Solo and you and some of the other people that listen to this show, they're probably like all into it and loving it and so far and all the Easter eggs in it and stuff. But for me, like it's just like it's kind of whatever. It's buying my time because there's not a Marvel show on Disney Plus right now.
See, and I'm enjoying it because it's diving deeper into the lore of Star Wars. Like the Tusken Raiders, I didn't know much about them, so it's kind of fun to like learn more about them. And I'm also enjoying the fact that I can't remember exactly what Tetsuya, the actor's, I can't think of his name, but I can't remember exactly what his nationality is. But a lot of like the stuff that they're doing in the episode 2 is a callback to his like actual culture in real life. And I just think that's cool, kind of bringing a piece of who he is into the character and into that world. And I don't know, I'm enjoying it.
Start having this weird like dance party around the fire.
That's one of the things that was kind of that's from his culture, is my understanding. I like that. I thought that was cool.
Boba suck.
Yeah.
Boba suck. Well, what do we got next?
Yes. An Incredible Hulk #1 sells for an astronomical price. It's a high grade copy. Sold for
490,000.
490,000. Yep. Crazy. And you don't the reason it's so crazy is because you don't find this book in that high a grade because of the paper that it's printed on. It doesn't stand up well. So getting these old books graded is definitely worth your while if you're in that market. But Jesus, $490,000 on the comic book.
I was wincing at buying a $450 guitar.
Right.
You know?
You're adding 3 extra zeros for a freaking roll of paper with drawings on it. Like, don't get me wrong, there's more to it than that, but like that's what you're paying for.
Stick Boy said I only bid $489,000.
Yeah. He got sniped for that last dollar.
He did. The last second snipe. But isn't that just blows my mind that
it's just comics are today though.
Yeah.
Like, because people are they're using them as investment pieces now. Instead of having, a lot of people instead of having like, this portfolio, now they have like these comic books.
Well, and that's the quickest way to make money and continue to be rich is to diversify your portfolio. So yeah, comics, NFTs, cards. There's just like all these different avenues to invest your money in now, rather than the stock market. Stock market's going up and down, and you could lose your ass in a matter of minutes. Where comic books is a little bit longer.
Right now.
Yeah.
I mean, 15 years ago wasn't like, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, in the 90s, when the bubble burst, it wasn't like that, but
that's why you got to keep your finger on the pulse. Like, what are you buying now that in 20 years is going to be?
And that's why everybody should listen to MCM tomorrow night.
There you go. They give you all that news.
So that in 20 years you can make $200,000 on a comic book you paid $20 for. Isn't that the dream?
How fucking cool would that be?
It'd be amazing. That'd be so cool.
Like, I'm pissed right now that I sold all my Darth Vaders to fucking Solo Wookiee. Because that book's fucking hitting right now.
And your first appearance of Boba Fett?
Yeah, but I lost that one fair and square in a bet.
What, you bet him that he couldn't get Lucille started, right?
Yeah, that I couldn't get the old Volkswagen to start. And he's like, fuck yeah, I will. Watch this. We're going to do it right now. It's like, I bet you the first appearance of Butt, which I fucking, yeah. But I lost that one fair and square, so that's all right. And I hope, but the other thing is I hope Solo Wookiee takes all those Darth Vaders and all that cool stuff, Star Wars stuff that I sold him for like nothing, and he fucking flips it and he buys a goddamn new computer.
Nah, he's too busy pressing books. He's too busy cooking books.
I can't wait till he gets good at it. I mean,
not bad.
Dude, I've fucking cooked some books before too. It's so easy to burn those motherfuckers.
Extra crispy.
Have you guys tried these?
No, what is it? A Bud Light seltzer. Oh, I've had Bud Light seltzers, but not the sour.
Not too shabby.
Bud Light seltzer.
Yeah, everybody check it out because we did a 8.5-hour episode last week.
Yes, it did. I was there for about 2 hours of it.
It was insane.
Did you start at like 7 o'clock like usual?
We started at 5
Arizona
time. We started 2 hours early.
They played the drinking game, and Kyle had a breathalyzer, and he was drinking and blowing into the breathalyzer, and they were doing a giveaway if you could guess how close Kyle's blood alcohol level was at the end of the night.
That's hilarious.
It was fun.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got
8 hours though, man. Did you have to like did you guys like take shifts to go eat some dinner?
I took like 20 minutes off of it and to go like to the bathroom and like chill out for a second, but other than that, no.
Nice.
We just went after it.
They had people like rotating in and out.
So yeah, there's a bunch of people that came in and out. Like Solo was on, and we just had Sam was on. Sam was on for like 4 minutes. It got so crowded because you could only have 10 people on. And so many people were trying to get in that. So
was it an MCM episode or like Tales from the Flip Side? Just like everybody.
It was
8 hours.
Well, we did it. It was an MCM show, but it was like anybody was welcome to come on.
There's no difference. MCM is Tales from the Flip Side. Like
but it's like one of the shows.
Other than like the Hot 10, that's the only show on that channel you watch is MCM. It's the best show on the channel. Number one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the number one show on the Flip Side channel.
Yeah, it is. Stick Boy says chill out equals pukes his brains out. All right, moving on. We got Black Widow. Came out that Black Widow has Disney lost $600 million on Black Widow due to piracy.
How do they actually fucking know that?
It makes me wonder how do they know that?
Because how do you know how many times somebody went to some fucking bunk ass website and like, you know what I mean, and watched it? Like how do they? I think they're just saying that. I think there's some motive behind it or something.
How many people, or how many people like I'll throw Lance out there as one, and myself too. Go and watch it, pay for it twice technically with this movie, and then maybe they watch a pirated version because they just want to watch it again at home. Did Disney really lose money on someone like that? No, I wasn't going to pay to see it a third time. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wonder how they measure that.
I think they just threw a number out there.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not like anti-piracy. I really don't watch movies pirated very often. I don't really mind if you do, but I don't know. I'd rather pay and go see a movie, but I really don't think. I think they're trying to make a point, and I don't know if it's really gonna catch.
Because if Black Widow got 600 million, imagine how much like Endgame they lost on Endgame then. But they're not saying that because it made so much. Same thing with Far From Home. They're not saying anything for that one because that one did so well.
You mean No Way Home?
Whatever.
No Way Far From Homecoming.
Any of them.
Yeah.
They all did well.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, so everybody just chose to pirate Black Widow. You know what I mean? Like, 600 million.
Well,
I've seen that movie.
I will admit Black Widow is definitely a culprit of being easier to pirate because it came out on Disney Plus. Whereas like No Way Home, it's going to be a lot harder to get a good pirated version right now.
Why do you think that would be?
In the theaters.
Do you think
just because you can literally just
TV?
Or that, or you could just I don't know how to pirate, but I'm sure extracting it from Disney Plus is a lot easier than.
I bet you no. Disney's got too many safeguards in there. There's no way they could snag it from Disney Plus.
I'm sure it's a lot easier when it's on a streaming service as opposed to its own.
I guess you're right because there's so much shit that just ends up on everything the next day.
So, like for instance, I have seen some people that have No Way Home on their like Plex server, but it's a cam. It's just someone that recorded it in the theater. I don't even want to watch that.
And usually those are always done in another country.
Potentially, I don't know. I didn't watch it. I saw it on the Plex server, and I'm like, I don't want to watch
with all the ways that people can screen share and share stuff to screens when they do video game plays, like Elgato Stream software and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's got to be pretty easy to like. I mean, I could pull up Disney Plus right now and screen share it to StreamYard, which is going out to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and everyone that's there can watch it. You know, with us.
I bet you if you did that shit gets shut down.
Probably, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like
that's how I watched Endgame. Is somebody was streaming it on the Phoenix Swap and Shop fucking site on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how.
I'm saying, like, you could probably when you do a podcast in StreamYard, you can record it without going live. So I bet you could probably run it that way, get the rip, and then just.
This guy in the chat is telling us exactly how to do it. Vum.ong, okay, guys? Yeah. Vum.ong. Let me just block this guy.
Why?
Because it's clearly a bot.
Yeah, he's a Russian bot.
It's the same. There's literally this account comes in every week and does the exact same thing.
Are you serious?
You guys had a lot of them on Flipside on MCM last week, and I was noticing.
What do they say?
They're just Russian bots, and they come in and type nonsense.
It's usually a link. They're trying to get you to visit some.
I didn't even notice on Saturday.
Malware. It's happening all the time. It's how you know you made it. The Russians are after you.
Yes.
You made it.
Yes.
No, you know you made it when Hitler comes in and.
Oh my gosh,
you're talking about Haley Steinfeld and.
Did you hear about that, Kyle?
No. I'm disliking this video.
Yeah, we had an account that was basically just full of like anti-Judaism. It was basically a Nazi account that came in and said, "I'm disliking your video," and we're like, "Okay, that's fine. Please dislike our video. We want no affiliation with you."
Stick boy for the win. The Russians are all about putting it down.
Putting it in.
I've never noticed the Russian bots.
Yeah,
is that something just recently?
Yeah, it's been happening the last couple of like weeks.
Like I remember, you always see the visit me hot girls in the comment section.
Yeah, watch your chat tomorrow night. It'll be like a Russian. It'll have like a Russian name, a Russian account. It'll be just like,
oh, dude, that's part of the drinking game. I'm gonna
V-
put everyone up.
it'll be like vg.co or some shit like that. They just post a link and then dip.
Dude, we're gonna drink every time one comes in tomorrow.
Do it.
There
you go.
But I mean, but yeah, who would? I don't know why this movie you would want to. I bet you there's some algorithm they have that they can scrub all the search engines and find out how many times the movie's been searched.
Yeah, but just because you search it doesn't mean you watched it, though.
I bet they have an idea of how many people torrented it off of Disney Plus. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's ways to track it. They got people that in their tech departments that know more about this stuff than you and I do. Mm-hmm. But I still struggle to know how they're coming up with this number.
Yeah, if they would have said like $86, I would have been like, okay.
I'm sure it was more than that. I know piracy does take it.
Isn't that oddly the same amount of money that she said she lost by them doing the Disney Plus that she was suing Disney for?
I can't remember the amount.
No, it was less.
I don't think it was that much though.
Google it.
It might have been 5 or 6 million. I don't know if it was, or
go
maybe
to
50.
Vaughn.gone.
I can't remember.
I thought she said it was. I think it's a smaller number. If it's 600 million, then it's fucking all bullshit. Fuck you, Disney. Now I'm getting curious. You didn't Google it, Matt?
I'm looking right now. Let me just.
All right, let's pause and wait. Everybody be quiet.
Let's not pause and wait.
Riveting podcasting when you just pause and Google.
Thor Love and Thunder. It's coming soon. We got our first leak of the potential costumes for Thor and Jane Foster in Love and Thunder. Jane Foster's is very comic book accurate. I like it.
I like that a lot. I don't like Thor's. Not digging that blue.
There's also another version out there. I guess it leaked today of a poster that shows his new costume, and he's got a helmet on that looks very much like Jane Foster's.
That'd be cool.
With that blue and gold outfit there.
I'm a big fan of like medieval period stuff and Norse mythology.
600 million.
That's how much she said that she was due, was 600 million?
No.
Oh, okay. But I don't know. I really like Thor's costume, but
She said she lost 50 million.
Okay, I was right. I said that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you're right.
So much money.
It does look like the Captain Marvel costume there, Stick Boy.
It does. Yeah, you're right. It does kind of. I'm just not into it. But with the helmet, I'd probably look cooler. I like when he's got the helmet on. I think that translated well to live action the few times they've had him wear it.
Yep, Kyle's right. 50 million.
Everybody gets one.
You get them once a day, sir.
When is this one coming out again? I know it's this year, but I can't remember when. Is this one like November?
Yeah, I think it's more towards the end of the year.
I'm looking forward to this one.
I like the Thor movies, so
I like Thor Ragnarok.
July is what this is.
Thor. The first Thor is all right. The second one's god awful, but Thor Ragnarok is a fun
July
movie.
8th.
The first two are some of the worst Marvel movies and MCU movies anyway, in my opinion. But I loved Ragnarok so much. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies, just in general. So freaking good. But isn't Taika Waititi directing this one too?
Yep.
Yeah, so that gives me hope. And Russell Crowe is going to be Zeus. Nice. I actually didn't realize that Russell Crowe was going to be in it.
Because he's fat now.
Because he's fat now?
That's why he's going to be Zeus.
Will the one broke girl be in this?
Hopefully. She's fucking hot.
Yeah. I hope
the
Kat
one
Dennings
broke girl? Oh, Kat Dennings.
Yeah. Because she's got that. She had that TV show, Two Broke Girls.
Yeah. I know.
Here's another one I would walk around and suck her farts out of her butthole.
Okay. All right. You bring that up. I saw a news story earlier this week. Some TikTok girl that's in the hospital because she was selling her farts.
Yes.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
she was.
what?
She got the idea from you. She was freezing her farts and selling them. She was putting them in jars, freezing them. And selling
I should have made some money off of that. Dang it.
Yeah.
I don't get that, dude. I understand a guy who wants to go onto TikTok and look at a beautiful girl dancing or whatever, but you're buying a woman's farts?
Dude,
That's disgusting. No.
Smells like roses.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, what's the
And a
difference between
martini.
that or Gwyneth Paltrow selling you a candle that smells like your vagina?
There is no difference. People that buy that, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Everyone's got a fetish, man.
I buy bathwater.
You buy Gamer Girl bathwater?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that one too. Oh man, you got to be real thirsty to buy that stuff, man. Oh, that's just. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be so judgmental. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
It's all right. You were a man within his own bubble, so you're safe.
That's true.
You're safe from that.
Well, and I am married, so it's I guess a little different.
You're safe from the dangers of the internets.
Safe from the dangers of the internet.
So this movie's going to be passing the torch to Jane Foster, right?
I'm assuming so, but there hasn't. See, unlike Spider-Man, there hasn't been a total lot of leaks. Regardless, like,
And
they're
she's gonna
leaking
have
the
cancer as
costumes.
well, right? That's already been established, right?
I hope so. I hope they go comic book accurate with it like that. But
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I know that. I know they passed the torch in the comics, but unless Chris Hemsworth is wanting to step down, I'm wondering if it's going to be a true passing of the torch or more just like a one movie.
well,
thing.
because the way they left it, there was no Thor in Asgard now. Like, he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I wonder if she's going to be the new protector of Asgard. And so she gets cancer, and then so she gets the Thor powers to help her with that. But I wonder if she's going to be the new Asgardian protector, where he's out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's why his costume looks more Captain Marvel-ish, more not traditional Thor.
Yeah, I feel like it's got some like Nova Corps aspects to it. That
Because it's
costume.
interesting that she's got Mjolnir and he's still rocking Stormbreaker.
I prefer
Stormbreaker's
Stormbreaker.
Badass.
I agree. It
Yeah.
is so freaking cool. So in the comics, does she assume the name of Thor?
Yeah, anybody who wields Mjolnir, who's worthy enough to wield Mjolnir, gets the title of Thor.
So Captain America, Thor.
Technically, if you're going by MCU, yes.
Yeah, I'm going off. Yeah,
Throg, you know, because it says right on there, whoever is deemed worthy shall wield his hammer and shall
does possess the powers
obtain
of
the
Thor,
powers of
that-
Thor. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you take the name of Thor. So I was just curious the comics. So in the comics she takes the name, but then
Yeah, she goes.
they're
by
both.
Thor.
If he's still hanging around, he was named Thor.
Mhm.
So they're both Thor.
Yep.
Hey,
they're both
Thor. Hey, Thor.
Yeah, Cap Thor America.
Cap Thor America. There you go, Stickboy.
I like
Dude,
that thing.
Thor squared should be the next movie.
Thor squared.
They're just gonna play off Spider-Man, and you're gonna have all the different Thors just standing around pointing at each other.
Captain
Oh,
Thor
I'm so glad
America.
they recreated that moment. So good.
I'm so glad they actually did the pointing thing.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't notice that they actually do it in costume later on. At first, I thought it was only like the lab coat one where they were pointing at each other,
Mhm.
but no, it's like when they're in the scaffolding, they're all in costume doing it.
Who's Peter 2?
Yeah.
I'm Peter 1. I'm Peter 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. but yeah, I'm looking forward to Love and Thunder. Hope it's as good as Ragnarok. Interesting to
bet
see
you it
where they
will
go.
be.
I
think
just
it
like
will
that her
be.
knee pads look like little Iron Man helmets.
Yes, they did.
So they're asking if we get Beta Ray Bill. I don't know if we get Beta Ray Bill, but I know Christian Bale is going to be playing Gore. Gore the God
Gore the
Butcher.
God Butcher. Beta Ray Bill makes sense because his face is on the Tower of Champions in Ragnarok, but also Stormbreaker with his weapon. So now Stormbreaker exists without Beta Ray Bill, and Thor's carrying it around. we don't really have unless he's going to be like the successor to Thor. There's no reason for Beta Ray Bill.
Maybe he's going to retire, and the end of the movie he'll be in a cantina getting wasted, and then somebody comes in and grabs him like in Thor.
Maybe.
Remember, like in the comics where they went to go find his dad?
Yeah.
He was getting wasted in the bar.
Yeah, where he's done. Yeah, or they're gonna do like he has got one final showdown with New Master 69, and he loses, and he has to give up being Thor.
That'd be
then Beta Ray Bill. Then Beta Ray Bill takes over the mantle. Who knows? Losa says I've always viewed Beta Ray Bill as Donkey Thor.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. He's definitely. I was. Yeah. Horse face Thor.
Dude, that comic sucked.
Thor?
No, Beta Ray.
Oh.
Dude, remember the art in it was fucking terrible. Like, I couldn't get over that. Like, I know I got a bunch of heat on it in the show for saying that last week, but
Stick Boy says that he'll give Stormbreaker to Bill, and then she'll hand over Mjolnir. I don't know.
That'll be interesting.
He doesn't want the little one anymore. That's why I gave it to Cap in Endgame. Here, you can have the little one.
I got this big ass motherfucker.
But, all right. Moving on here. The Matrix review.
Blue.
Max wanted to talk about the Matrix so bad that he put it on the outline, and then he gets in the show and he's like, I don't want to talk about Matrix. I don't want to get angry. Yeah. I haven't watched it. I have no interest in it. And
it's Keanu Reeves playing John Wick as Keanu Reeves.
I mean, I'm interested to hear why it's so bad. Why you thought it was so bad.
The acting is bad in it. The choreographing is bad in it. Like the fact that he's a video game designer is bad. Like it's just like, and you could tell that this movie was not wanted to be made. And they made it a point in this movie to like make it a point to let everybody know. We did not want to make this movie.
It's not like anybody had a gun to the Wachowski sisters' head saying, listen, we need another Matrix movie. Let's go.
Well, maybe there was some weird stipulation in the contract that wasn't looked at when the first Matrix movie was made or something, because
only one of the Wachowskis was involved. And I don't know why exactly, but this movie was awful. It was garbage. Because
the other one knew better.
Max had to go take his blood pressure medication because he's about to get angry.
He's not going to get all red in the face.
I'm just really bummed about it, man. I love the first Matrix.
Oh man, I was obsessed with it for so long.
I was too. It was my favorite movie for years and years. And I liked the second two as well. Like the second and third, I know they're not as good. I acknowledge that, but I still enjoy them. There's some really cool action sequences. Mm-hmm. They're fun. The choreography is so good in those. Like my brother and I were talking yesterday. We went to lunch and he was talking to me about how his favorite action scene is actually in the second movie when they're at the Frenchman's house and they're like fighting on the stairs against all the Frenchman's men and stuff. Like that is a really cool fight sequence. But this movie had no cool fight sequences. The choreography, I came back as you were saying, it sucked. The choreography was absolutely terrible. Neo didn't do anything. He just held his hands out and stopped bullets. Like it was so bad. I don't know why they named that guy Morpheus. He's not Morpheus at all. Like it was just an absolutely terrible movie. And like I've had some conversations with strangers online about it, and they're like, "Oh, well, Keanu's old. That's why the choreography wasn't good." I'm like, "Have you seen the John Wick movies? Because you can't use that excuse. Because the choreography in John Wick is awesome."
Does he roll in and say, "I still know kung fu"?
He does. That was in the trailer, but he doesn't do like hardly any kung fu.
I am a video game maker.
I just thought it was really bad, and it takes place 60 years in the future, so it's like that. So a lot of the characters in the original are dead, and a lot of their explanations for where characters are now and how Neo and Trinity got brought back, like it's not the worst explanation, but it's dumb, and I don't want him to make another one.
Well, no, because I would figure that these movies wouldn't work in 2022 because isn't it the whole thing about living in the net, living in the matrix, and we pretty much already do that. Most people live their life online now. So we're already there. We're living in the matrix. Why do we need
the internet?
The next step up is like Ready Player One, where we're all wearing helmets and our whole like social existence is online, and
we're so close because so many of us work from home now.
Right?
Yeah,
we're one step closer.
I literally have a VR helmet right next to me. I'm touching my VR helmet right now.
We're just waiting. We're just waiting for.
You should go off camera when you touch that.
We're just waiting for like VR technology to get better to where it's not all blocky and
like that Bruce Willis movie.
Which one is that? I don't remember.
Which one?
Remember where nobody actually leaves and everybody's actually in a like fake world, and he actually like wakes up. Isn't it Bruce Willis?
I don't remember that one.
God,
I don't know, but
anybody in the chat,
like one of there's some things that in the
Matrix...
no,
it's not, isn't it? Yo, I know what movie you're talking about. Didn't they remake it with fucking Colin Farrell?
You're talking about Total Recall, because that's a Schwarzenegger movie.
No. Pretty sure it's Bruce Willis.
I think you're right. Hold on, let me see.
You're not talking Fifth Element, right?
No.
Because that didn't sound like Fifth Element.
God, someone in the chat's gonna say it to you, but
please do, because I don't know
what movie. I know
Surrogates.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
I think it's called Surrogates.
Yeah, there was a movie called Surrogates. Yeah.
So everybody, you live in your house, and then you have that surrogate that like lives your life, goes to work for you, and you're actually like plugged into it as it's doing it, and then like he wakes up and goes outside, and everybody's tripping on him because nobody actually really does that and stuff.
Yeah, I hope the world doesn't get to that point.
I do, man. I hate leaving my house.
I like leaving my house. I get cooped up.
Dude, how dope would it be to live in? I think it would be super, super dope to live in something like that, like Ready Player One, where you're in this oasis of video games where you can do and whatever you want, and you collect all this stuff. When you die, you lose everything, and it's starting over again.
As a video game,
awesome.
It'd be cool. But I wouldn't want to live
like
my life
real
there.
Money, like you spend real money in there and get stuff, and almost like video games now, but you're actually in. I don't know. That'd be awesome.
It'd be so dope.
If there was VR that was that realistic, it'd be awesome. Yeah, I agree.
You get like those,
but I still would want real life.
You can go to walk in and someone in the game can brush your junk and you feel it in real life. Yeah,
so badass. Because is that technically cheating? Because she's technically not touching your junk. It's a simulation of your junk being touched.
If you have to ask, is that cheating? It's probably because it's cheating.
865 Dent Lab says the metaverse is building now. It's the metaverse. Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait.
Dude, I want to get one of those. I asked Aaron for one of those for Christmas. I didn't get it. I want one of those Oculus headsets just so I can do like the bar fighting game.
There's a bar fighting game?
Yeah, they have a VR bar fighting game where you can like, it's like boxing, but you can do a bar fight too, where you can like walk in a bar and pick fights with people in there and stuff. Like, I want it just for that. It looks like a lot of fun.
Dude, yeah, so you can like,
I have an Oculus. I didn't know that.
Like,
yeah. And accidentally punch a wall or, in my house or whatever.
Punch your TV.
Yeah. But
I have a boxing game on there, but now I'm gonna have to get the bar fighting one. Shoot.
You have the Oculus too?
Yeah, I have the Oculus too. Yeah. I got about a year ago now. I got it to work out, and it definitely gives me a good workout, that's for sure.
Cantina fight, Stick Boy says.
Dude, it would be awesome. Are you actually fighting like other people that are in the bar, like real people that have their Oculuses on?
Yeah, or like other computers and random stuff. Yeah,
that's so badass if you're actually playing other people like that. There's other assholes that are fighting.
That's
like this.
That's what I wanted to get it to you for, though. Max is working out the lightsaber game and all that.
Beat Saber's fun.
Yeah, Beat Saber and all that stuff. But eventually,
yeah, I take my headset off and I'm like, ooh, I need to sanitize this thing because it gets sweaty.
You get all sweaty, huh?
Yeah, sweaty balls.
From your balls to your butt crack.
Go under the bridge with the troll and with your Oculus. You know the episode of Big Bang Theory?
No,
don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's when Bernadette thinks he's cheating because he goes with his troll in the video game.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Buy land, lease it out. You can buy land and lease it out, etc., for real money. Yeah, what's fun in that though? You want to do it virtually.
Dude, I would love it so that I'd never have to leave. It'd be awesome.
You know, Kyle, I think you would like a VR headset then. They have this on the Oculus, they have what's called big screen, and people will host like new movies, and you can like sit in a virtual theater and watch a movie that someone else is streaming on Oculus.
Not even in virtual reality, he doesn't want to be in a theater.
As long as everybody's fucking quiet, I'm good.
They have rules and they're strict. They'll kick you out if you don't mute your mic and you're making noise, or because like in the movie you can like virtually throw popcorn and stuff. They'll kick you out if you do that crap. They're like, no, we're here to watch a movie.
You can go see like the Rocky Horror Picture Show with your Oculus and be throwing rice and shit at the wedding scene and shit. Oh, that'd be badass.
Yeah, it's cool. I prefer to still just watch it on a screen in person, but it's cool. I've watched Netflix stuff on my Oculus, and it's like you're watching it on a big screen TV, like, or a big theater, really.
You know, you grew up your whole life with your parents telling you, don't sit close to the TV, it's gonna ruin your eyes, and now you got this fucking Oculus that's like 3 inches from your face,
right,
from your eyes.
And take my glasses off. Now this is life now. There we go. Frick. There we go. I'll do the rest of the show like this.
Yeah, here. I got it. I'm going to share. It's called Drunken Bar Fights on Oculus.
Go.
Dude, bring that up.
Okay, there we go.
You need to find that on your Oculus. Oculus, find drunken bar fights. That is the coolest fucking thing. That is the coolest $17 I would ever spend.
$17? I might have to buy this right now.
Just hit a dude with a crowbar, shot him.
It's like, you could be like, so like heroin addicts get like
a taser.
They take, when they're getting off of heroin, they take, what's that called? Methadone?
Yeah.
So if you're a serial killer, this is like your methadone to do your actual next kill. You could go in here and actually like practice killing people.
This game looks hilarious. This game looks absolutely hilarious.
I just want it for that.
Dude, drunken bar fight.
I'm buying Oculus and I'm getting that because that's the coolest fucking thing ever.
Fight. It's fun, dude. And like, there's a Star Wars game on my Oculus that's really fun as well. It's not as funny as a bar fight game like that, but it's cool. VR is cool. It's the future. But Matrix sucks ass. Let's just leave it at that.
It's the future, but the past, because I feel like the Virtual Boy did it first.
It's the future, but Matrix sucks ass. Like, like that should be like the end of every show. That's what future.
That's how we should sign off.
Ass, Max.
But enough about the Matrix. We got our announcement for the next season of The Boys, June 3rd, 2022.
My birthday is June 2nd. I'm really hoping that these release.
Oh, mine's the 4th.
Oh, nice. I'm hoping these episodes release like 9 p.m. June the 2nd so I can watch them on my birthday. That would be dope.
Is this the season fucking Dean Winchester's going to be in?
Yep, as Soldier Boy.
Dude, I could never get in the show. I just thought it was dumb.
It's not. It's so good.
Boys, it is.
I watched
really,
well,
really
I
good.
watched I watched
really
well, I
good.
watched last like the first season and a half, and I'm just I don't know, it kind of bored me.
Well, if
The
you
only thing that
watched a
didn't
season
bore
and a
me-
half and you don't like it, then it's probably
Yeah.
just not for you.
Like I pretty much watched it because the blonde chick's hot.
She is.
She's
Watch it
really pretty.
because Homelander creeps me the fuck out.
He does such a great job. He
And then when
does.
And then I love season, what was it, season 2, because they make all the like Scott or the Zack Snyder Justice League references. And they make
Do
fun
they?
of the Justice League. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
fun of
rewatch
the-
season 2.
They make fun of Justice League. Like that's the whole thing. They're like shooting that whole like superhero epic movie. And
Yeah.
it's like making fun of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. I just thought of it as making fun of superhero movies in general. But one of the things I love the most in The Boys is so Marvel Endgame has that girl power moment, which is fine, but it's pretty cheesy, and it kind of comes off as like kind of cheesy. But The Boys has a girl power moment that is freaking amazing at the end of season 2. You know what I'm talking about, Matt? Like
Yeah.
that, and that like was, oh my gosh, it was so good, and it was such an earned moment when I can't wait for more of this show. Like,
Isn't that
one
the
of the
like a
best shows.
plot line in season 2? Is that whole like girls get it done type
it
thing?
might
And
be.
it's, like,
I think so.
it's Starlight and I can't think of her name now. Like Storm something, the evil chick.
I can't remember her name, but then you got like
But yeah, it's like and it's
Mabel
her
or
and
something.
like and
Maeve.
yeah, it's like Maeve. It's like girls get it done or something like that, and their whole like
Oh, they're just kicking the crap out of her.
yeah.
Oh, it's so satisfying.
Stormfront is her name, I believe.
Stormfront.
What?
Yeah. Who's the invisible guy? Is this from season 1? This must be from season 1 because didn't the invisible guy die?
Yeah.
This picture. Okay. I was confused. I'm like, wait, I don't remember an invisible dude, and then I did because he got murdered.
I'm still on drunken bar fights, dude. Like I really want to get access to that game.
See, and now you mentioned The Boys, and I'm just stoked. I can't wait 6 months for season 3 to come out. It's seriously one of my favorite shows on television. I just Prime releases a fair amount of content, but everything I've ever watched on Prime has been like great. And I haven't watched that much on Prime. But like The Boys, really good. Man in the High Castle, I thought was fantastic. Homecoming, I've only seen season 1 of Homecoming, really good. Hannah, really good. But like, yeah, that's quite a few shows, but compared to other networks like Netflix and stuff, there's just so much content always coming out. Prime is the one that like almost everything that they release that I watch. Upload, that's another one I watch on Prime. It's all like, they're all good. They're bangers.
They're the ones that do, I mean, Disney Plus is the too, but they do like weekly episodes on Prime. Some of their stuff's all at once, but it feels like they take so long to produce content though.
They release less than some of the other platforms, but what they release is good.
Like, it feels like so long ago that we got Invincible season 1, and they're saying Steven Yen says they haven't even started working in production on season 2 yet.
Yeah, I saw that headline.
How long
today,
do we have to
which is a
wait for
bummer.
season 2 of Invincible? Or are we going to have to wait till after the live action stuff to get season 2? Who knows? But
The live action stuff? Are they doing an Invincible?
yeah, they're doing a
live
live
action?
action Invincible movie.
They are.
Yep, that's going to be on Prime.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That'll be really cool. Is it going to be? Who are they casting?
They haven't casted anybody for it yet.
Okay, I'm like, you can do the voice actors because I guess if you get what's his name, Jacked, J. Jonah Jameson. I can't think of the actor's name. Like, I guess he could play his same character.
J. Jonah Jameson.
I can't think of the actor's name off the top of my head. And I know that actor. Anyway, whatever. You all know who I'm talking about.
We do.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. But I don't think he would be the right one. You could get somebody else to play him.
You could. That's also still a really good meme format.
Mr. J.K. Simmons himself.
There it
J.K.
is.
Simmons, that's it.
Just kidding, Simmons.
Just kidding, Simmons.
But I don't know. You get so many. other actors to play him, but it's cool that it does a good job of it though.
All right, time to move on.
All right.
Oh,
Kyle,
Cobra Kai,
Dude,
season 4.
I binged it. I binged season 4. I just sat and watched it. I didn't take a break.
So did I.
Took me 2 nights, but I binged it as well. It was so good, dude. It was so good. I absolutely loved it.
Dude, I was like 2 or 3 episodes ahead of Matt when we were binging it.
Mm.
I think I was 2 episodes ahead of you, right?
Yep.
And
You're
I was
ruining shit for me.
I didn't ruin nothing. I didn't ruin fucking nothing.
Ruining shit for me.
All I said was, I just wait till you see Tori going to prom in that prom dress. She was banging.
Yes, she was.
Which
And
should be creepy because the character's a teenager, but the actress is like 23 or 24.
She's
so you're
24. I Googled it just to make sure I was all right.
Yeah, they're all.
And then
adults.
that dude, Hawk's buddy's girlfriend that was wearing that red dress at prom.
Yeah.
She was banging too, but no. And then neither of you motherfuckers can lie and tell me when she got fired and then she was sitting in front of that mirror putting on lipstick, you thought she was a stripper.
100%.
100%. They were totally. They were trying to get you to think that.
Yep.
I was so
it's
excited.
panning by. You got the girls in bras, and they're like pushing their bras up and stuff. I'm like, oh wow, she's a stripper. Dang,
I was
she's
like,
really.
I was like, you know what? There might be a higher being because one of my wants are actually coming true. And then she was a goddamn mermaid, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
Even if she was a stripper, it would have been tame. It's a TV-14 show. It wasn't going to show you much. Although there were F-bombs in a couple of the episodes. I was surprised because it is like marketed as like a teenager show. I'm like, oh, whoa. They just dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah, but going back, like I just watched the first Karate Kid movie of the night because it was on TV. I know it's on Netflix, but it was on TV. Going back, the choreography in this is so much better than the choreography in the original Karate Kid movie.
Yeah.
Like you actually believe like they're throwing all these different moves and combinations, and like in the original Karate Kid movie, they're doing basic blocks and they're not getting into like these deep fight choreography. Like
the other problem with Cobra Kai is everybody is badass at karate after like
no
week.
time.
27 minutes of fucking being in the dojo.
Yeah, like when later on in the season when Eagle Fang gets that girl and she's only had like a few weeks of training and she like gets pretty far in the tournament. I'm like, oh come on. She would have got walloped very early on. Like there's no way. I don't care how good of an instructor he is. I thought the same thing, Kyle. You're not alone. You're not alone.
Right.
Or like the young kid who joins Cobra Kai, which man, you feel for that kid. I don't know
the
about
new
you guys.
Miles Morales.
Yeah, the new Miles Morales. I felt for him, man, and but you know, his arc is sad, but he gets really good at karate. But I'm pretty sure the show really takes place over like 6 months. Yeah, and he gets really good in like 6 months.
Dude, but like in this season, yeah, I agree, Ish. I didn't want season 4 to end either. But this season really goes a long way to establish that old, trope of that Johnny Lawrence wasn't the actual bully; it was Daniel LaRusso. Like you see, like the LaRusso family are a bunch of bullies in this. Like they're not the heroes of this story.
And
dude.
And this season proved that he can't help it.
Yeah.
Like it's part of his nature to be right, to be the best, and no one else can be, and he doesn't let anybody fucking like.
But another thing I like though is that Danny's like, it's taking him years because he's like a 40-something-year-old man in the show. He's better at it than his kids. Like he did occasionally try to be the bigger man. And he even tells Sam at one point, you need to be the bigger man. What does she do? The exact opposite. Like she was pretty bad to other people.
Well, even his kid, like his son who doesn't know a lick of karate, Ish says is Kyle the Terry Silver of comic books.
I wish.
But
I'm trying to be.
Yeah, man, I thought this season was so good. I didn't want it to end. I do have to say the funniest, I literally had to pause the show because I couldn't stop laughing. when Danny fights the hockey guys, and then Johnny comes back in. And he says, "Johnny, where were you?" No, be there. I lost it. I lost it. It was so freaking funny. Or just anytime Johnny's doing his training and it's just ludicrous stuff. Like there was a montage in maybe the second episode of him just like asking all the kids to do crazy stuff. It's just so funny, man. There's so much heart, and Johnny is so good. Like, oh man, I would love to have that actor on. It'd be so fun to talk to him.
I rewatched the Karate Kid Part 1 like you did. Like it was on after I watched it. You know what I actually, if you watch the first Karate, what you actually learn is both of them are fucking dicks.
Oh, they are.
Both of them are. And they're both like, yeah, they're both fucking dicks.
Well, and like it's kind of a plot hole too, because at the end of the first one, after Daniel wins, he goes, "You're all right in my book, LaRusso," and like. You only see him again at the very beginning of the second movie when he's getting choked out by Kreese. So where's this like rivalry coming from? Like at the end of the first movie, it's like it was put to bed. Like that all was forgiven, and now apparently that's not the case. But
no, because this show proves that they forgive, but really, it's just words. They don't really mean it.
I think
do it.
Yeah, I think it's because Johnny, a lot of it is maybe in that moment he forgave him, but then as his life got worse and Danny's got better, that animosity just rebuilt, is what it seems like to me. Because Johnny was the rich kid, Danny was the poor kid. Now the tables have turned where Danny makes freaking bank, man.
Ish says it's not easy being a teenager in the 80s LA.
I imagine not.
Okay, can we also talk really quickly about the moment when Johnny's the star, man. When he goes and talks to that girl and he's trying to like talk feminism and gender fluidity and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely hilarious. And then afterwards, Miguel's like, "Wow, you learned all that?" He's like, "I have no idea what I just said."
Yeah. Dude, I love
like he's walking the whole time he's walking around like being like the creepy guy.
Creepy? Yeah, man. Guys, be careful. There's an old guy creeping on all the teenage chicks.
I like the double KO too in the rematch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Let's check a different camera angle." There's only one camera angle.
Yeah. You can tell Johnny watches a lot of football. He watches a lot of sports.
But you expected that to happen, right?
Yeah.
I mostly thought it was going to end that way. But I could have seen a world where Johnny won, but I thought for the plot of the season, it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
I knew Danny wouldn't win.
I just love watching it. It's funny watching with Aaron because every time Johnny's on and he's like talking about babes or something, she's like, "God, he's such a pig. He just doesn't get it. He's such a pig." Like it's just so funny watching her relay what she feels about that character. Because I'm like, he's the fucking man, dude. And she's like, he's such a pig.
He is like
I can see why she thinks that.
But he's like the exact person which you expect that came out of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Motley Crue, Firebirds, fucking, driving a Firebird. Like that is, yes, that's what you expect.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. Yeah.
Maybe sprinkled in a little awkward, he can't get it up moment.
Yes, they did. Yes,
Johnny is a man's man.
Johnny is a man's man.
Yes.
I concur.
And then like the villains, coming back, were really good. Why am I blanking on his name? I finished it like 2 days ago.
Terry Silver?
It was Terry Silver. Okay. Yeah, he did really good. Part of the show, I was like, "Oh, is he actually gonna be a good guy?" And then, nope, he went absolute baddie. By the end of it all. Sorry, I guess we didn't tell anyone we were spoiling it.
Yeah,
but
I like the return of Stingray too.
Oh, dude, that was funny.
Until he got his ass handed to him.
Right.
You feel a little bad for Stingray. Like he is a weird guy hanging out with teenagers, but he also has nobody in his life.
Yes.
And you just feel bad for him.
Ish says Terry Silver / Kyle.
Kyle, do you have enough hair you can put it in a ponytail?
He does.
No, pretty close. I'm going to do it tomorrow for MC.
You're gonna be Terry Silver.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna start the show playing piano.
It's gonna be interesting though to see where they go with season 5 with the way this season ended with the dude from Karate Kid 2 showing up at Miyagi's grave. The guy who taught that Miyagi-Do actually has offensive in the last season. It'll be interesting to see how LaRusso weasels his way out of that bet of he can't teach karate anymore.
Yeah, I think he's just saying screw that. That's what it seems like.
He's gonna have somebody else teach. He's gonna have another dude teach.
That's what I was thinking too. He's gonna have the
Yeah.
other dude teach, and so that way he can weasel his way out of it. But
Yeah,
Because then it's same style.
same style,
Yeah.
but with offense. It's literally the mixing of Eagle Fang and his version of Miyagi-Do.
All I know is, in all actuality, like the Karate Kid movie, I would have told Mr. Miyagi, "Fuck you, you fucking old man. Fuck off. Paint my fence. Paint your own fucking fence.
I'm with you. I would have been
Wax
like,
on, wax
what?
off. Fucking wash your own car, bitch. Stop that fucking."
well, let's be honest with it. I think every single one of us in here would have done exactly what LaRusso's kid did and pay somebody to just come
If we had
wash
the
all these
money,
cars.
absolutely we
Yeah.
would have.
So I did that. There was the dude at my work. There's a leak that was leaking to the first floor of our building, and he was sitting there like painting. And I was like, "Hey, dude, you're doing it wrong." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "You gotta."
You doing the doing the motions.
He actually like it. He didn't catch it as quick as I thought he did, but he was only like, he's young. He's like 22.
Stick Boy says Kyle would be cleaning pools with that attitude.
There's probably karate moves in pool cleaning too. If you
Apparently,
do
there's
it right.
karate moves and everything.
Yeah. What
Just
karate
like-
moves am I learning doing podcasting?
Right.
Adjusting your headphones.
Yeah.
Shoot.
The power of your voice. You're learning the power of your voice.
But just like Johnny's like, "Oh, we were gonna do it." It's like, "Why? I got this."
Yeah, he's floors. Yeah, the industrial floor sander.
He was being
You
practical.
ruined a perfect
Yes.
teachable moment.
Fuck that. I ain't gonna fucking right hand big stick, left hand small one. Fuck you, old man. I'm going home. I'm gonna Google how to do karate on YouTube.
Paint your own goddamn fence. The other thing I thought was funny about this is when they go to the All Valley tournament, when they're introducing all these teams, they introduce Eagle Fang, Miyagi-Do, and Cobra Kai, and that makes you think that those are the only dojos there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there's all these other dojos that they're fighting against. I was like, where did these guys come from? Are they not good enough to get announced? Is that what it is?
And these poor other dojos, because of the story, stand no chance
Right?
at all.
Well, they're like, "We can't get away from karate." Bitch, if you just moved to San Diego, you got away from karate.
Right.
Like, move to Phoenix like everybody else in California. You'll be away from the fucking karate
Well,
bullshit.
like Sam's friend, she moves to Santa Clarita, and she got away from it.
Should go on
So
the
there you
Santa
go.
Clarita
Just move.
diet.
That's what I was
Yeah.
about to say.
I'm pretty sure it was Santa Clarita though.
Oh yeah, the chick who was in Cobra Kai and moved because of the school fight.
Yeah, which is a bummer because that character was great. I was bummed when they got rid of her.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a little bit of a redemption for her, and this season was also a big redemption for Hawk. Like
Huge.
that character has come so far from.
He has the worst fake tattoo on his back.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Hawk. I like how it's always changing the hair color on it.
It's so fake though. Like, it
And
doesn't
also-
even look like a tattoo.
Where are his parents? Do they really not mind that he's like 16 and getting tattoos all over his back? I mean, some parents don't
Right.
mind, I guess, but I just think I don't know because they say in this that they're juniors.
The
So
only
I feel-
people that seem to have parents in this show are Miguel and the LaRussos. That's it.
Yeah, those are the only parents. Oh, and Robbie, I guess, because
Well, yeah.
Johnny. Which
Yeah,
that was
everyone else
nice.
is
Their
freestyle.
relationship is starting to mend. It seems like it was because this was also a redemption arc for Robbie. So it was like Hawk and Robbie are both getting some redemption in season 4. I really liked it because Hawk in season 3 is such a monster. And this season, he's still kind of a bully, but he just keeps progressing throughout the season. I just want season 5 to come out, and I'm guessing it's going to be this year because they released season 3 in January 2021.
Yeah, they've already
end of
finished.
The year.
They've already come out and said they finished filming season 5.
Yeah.
So they're in post production now. So I'm assuming it'll probably be August or December of this year.
That's what I'm guessing.
Another New Year's treat.
Yeah. Because we've got Stranger Things this summer too. Season 4.
Finally, after how many years?
Dude, I don't even know if I even care about that show anymore. Like,
I think it was 2019 is when the last season came out.
Like, I was so pumped about Lock and Key, and then it felt like it took forever from season 1 to season 2 that I've only watched like 2 episodes of season 2 and haven't gone back yet.
And the funny thing is, Lock and Key didn't take that long, but Stranger Things sure did.
It seemed like it did because it was like my wife just came. I watched all of Lock and Key, and she like not even a month ago, she was watching. And I look over and said, "Hey, you're watching Lock and Key?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "This is a comic book thing." And I was like, she's like, "Did you already watch it?" I was like, "I watched it a long time ago, like a year or 2 ago."
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out. The first season came out like right before the pandemic in 2020. And then season 2 came out, I don't know, like September or something like that of this 2021. So I don't feel like that's all.
How many seasons of Cobra Kai we're getting?
I don't know how many more we can actually truly get. 2 more?
Yeah, I know the like creators have said they plan to go to 6. They haven't had a definitive number of seasons ideally yet, but he said it could probably go to 6 seasons.
That's what I'm thinking. Because they've done a year of high school over 2 seasons. So we've only done 2 years of high school so far. They just had junior prom. So I think season 5, season 6 are going to give us 1 more year of school.
Well, and you're running out of old school Karate Kid characters to bring back. You're going to bring back Hilary Swank.
I think they're going to.
And
if they can get her.
The dude who was who Daniel fought in Karate Kid 3.
They're going to try. I'm sure they're going to try. I bet. And in fact, I would be surprised if one of those characters isn't in season 5. And we just don't know about it. I think if Hilary Swank got hired, they would probably have announced it already, but maybe not. I don't know.
They're good at keeping secrets on this show, though. So
a lot better than fucking Marvel.
Yeah,
they're not as big as Marvel. That's their advantage, but it's true. They are better at it. Gosh, this show's great.
Hopefully, Tori's a stripper next season.
Right.
Bump it up to a mature for Kyle. Make her a stripper.
With the actor that's playing Miguel going to play Blue Beetle, like I wonder how that's going to affect the filming of season 6.
That's true. I mean, he's a huge character. I mean, he's like
Sick Boy says, "Bring back the Okinawans." Yes, bring back the mall.
Bring back the mall.
Bring back LaRusso bonsai tree store.
You know what else you could make a drinking game, Kyle? If you watched Cobra Kai with people and just anytime Daniel says Mr. Miyagi, you would be
wasted.
Just wasted, yes. Wasted. He says it so much.
Almost as much as Boba Fett takes his fucking helmet off.
I was just going to say that.
But I love Cobra Kai so much.
It's a good show.
Man. It's a great show.
It's just like, it's the perfect amount of cheesy too.
Yes. It's like the perfect junk food for the brain. Like it's perfect.
Well, I was saying earlier on the show that during the last couple of weeks, I binged all of Yellowstone seasons 1 through 4. And that's like a pretty intense drama Western. And I finished that and immediately went to Cobra Kai. And wow, what a difference in like tone. So different in tone. But Cobra Kai is so good, man. Like it was a great palate cleanser. Not that I disliked Yellowstone because I loved it. But man, it's just so good.
That's what I did in New Year's Eve. Aaron and I watched Cobra Kai, and
so it must have been New Year's Eve too that I watched it.
Yeah, because like she went right after New Year's, the ball dropped and the time changed. She was like, "All right, I'm going to bed." flew in the bedroom, and I laid in bed till like 3 a.m. finishing Cobra Kai. And she woke up the next morning, and I was saying something about it. She's like, "Did you finish the season already?" I was like, "Yep." She's like, "Jesus Christ." I couldn't stop it, man. I was invested.
No, I know that's how I was too. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Keep watching.
And it's easy to do so because they're like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It really isn't that big of a time commitment.
No.
Some of them aren't even that long. Some of them are only like 25 minutes.
Oh, really? Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to how long all of them were, but I know that it's more of like a 30-minute format.
Yeah.
You know, a 30-minute format with no commercials is perfect.
For this, yeah.
For a lot of shows. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, most, like, Boba Fett should be about 7.5 minutes. You can cut so much out of that show.
I firmly disagree. I want more content, but
no
but
way, it's so
Kai,
boring.
I'm saying more better content. How about that?
Yes,
more good content.
Cobra Kai.
Oh man.
Matt,
right, you want to review some comics?
Kai. Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead to my top 5 comics of the week. Number 5 coming in from Image Comics. I have Monkey Meat number 1. The Monkey Meat Company made its fortune selling cans of processed meats all around the world. Using that money to fuel their wacky experiments, they turn their native islands into a magical hyper-capitalist hellscape where even demons have to pay rent. It's good first issue. I'm interested to see what the second issue brings. It is an anthology book, much like Ice Cream Man or Ha Ha was, where each issue is its own individualized story. It's got crazy art, crazy concept. So I'm interested to see where they go with that one. Number 4 was Thor. We were talking a lot about Thor earlier today. Mjolnir is on a rampage across the realms and is leaving death and destruction in his path.
Sorry, the subtitle is God of Hammers. I love that.
It's a God of Hammers. Yep.
Nice.
Thor must act fast to save his kingdom from the deadly prophecy of the God of Hammers is about to be unleashed. So Mjolnir is its own entity now and it considers itself the God of Hammers.
Donny Cates is back on the book.
And Donny Cates is back, yep. Number 3 is actually a book that came out last week, but there wasn't a lot of books that came out this week, but I love this book so much, and I love this cover particularly. Stray Dogs Dog Days, a series of vicious short stories howling straight from the pages of Stray Dogs, 2021 surprise cartoon / horror smash hit. In Dog Days, each stray will get their own moment to shine, questions will be answered, mysteries will be solved, and old wounds will be torn open. Such a good book. This is like the surprise book. This was on almost everybody's list of like the surprise book of 2021. It's
but when we were going all over it, they were low on lists.
They were.
It wasn't high up like 1, 2, or 3. It was like, which what we were talking about last weekend was that's crazy. It should have been like in the top 5.
It was on Comic Tom's number 1. Not that means anything, but like it was number 1 on his like surprise book of 2021. But there's so many horror covers, so many variant covers for this book. I just really liked the All Dogs Go to Heaven one a lot. But yeah, that was my number 3, just because there wasn't a lot of books that came out this week that really caught my interest. Number 2 is Batman. Williams is killing it on Batman right now. His second issue.
He's an awesome writer.
Really
Robin proved it to you, right? When he wrote, even when he wrote Flash.
Yes.
Like, he's an awesome writer.
But for years, Batman used the darkness as a weapon, but now a new enemy turns the darkness against him. Batman must team up with Batman Incorporated's mysterious new benefactor to bring the deadly abyss into the light. It's good story, good stuff. I kind of found it weird the way they handled the whole benefactor thing because you really don't find out who it is. But it was a good read. Williams, like I said, Williams is killing it on everything he's writing DC right now.
Well, this isn't like a single issue, right?
No. It's ongoing. My number 1 is The Fourth Man. Inspired by an outlandish true crime story, 3 dead bodies lay in a rural morgue, all murdered in the span of 3 weeks. It's up to 2 detectives from opposite sides of the tracks to determine who put them there, if the murders are linked, and what, if anything, they have to do with a pair of dueling car dealerships. It is outrageous. It's a very violent book. A lot of fun to read. It's 4 issues from AWA Upshot.
You might have to check that out.
I can't wait for issue 2. I love true crime stuff, man. Like anything true crimes related, even in the comic books, is you got my attention.
Speaking of true crime, have you watched Only Murders in the Building on Hulu?
No, I haven't.
We just watched that. It was pretty funny.
That's it. Remember, I was always to support your local comic shop. Go up to, if you're in the Scottsdale area, go to Fantastic Worlds and say what up to Ish.
I know I did the other day, yesterday. Oh, I must have not been there for the month of December.
You had a big
He was like, "Here's your books." I was like, "Fuck."
Big old stack, huh?
I was like, "Dude, I got to remember to come in like every other week." He's like, "You always say that, and you don't."
But
I just get busy and I go, "Oh, next week. Oh, next week." And then
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to him. You know, you're buying the books.
yes,
The money is there.
because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing as I do, but then they don't buy the books.
Well, then that's annoying.
I
If
at
you're
least
coming
buy
in
my
buying the
book.
books, then yeah.
tell me about The King's Man, because this movie, it piqued my interest, but I don't know if it piqued my interest enough to want to go to the theaters to see it.
I understand. I love the first Kingsman movie.
Same.
It's one of my favorite spy movies ever made. The second one I like it. It's not as good, but I still really enjoy it. The story could have been stronger, but there's still some cool action, and it was a good time. The King's Man, I saw the trailers, and I thought it looked really stupid, but I thought the exact same thing before going into the first Kingsman movie, and ended up loving it. And that's what happened here. I went in thinking it looked really stupid. Some of the stuff I thought was going to be stupid such as Rasputin. I thought that character was going to be stupid and campy, and he was, but kind of in a good way. Like, it was stupid, but I loved it. The story was not what I expected. They went directions that I didn't anticipate. If you aren't up to snuff on your World War I history, maybe do a quick Googling and get up to date on World War I history, because they actually follow the events of World War I very well. And I was not up
So you actually went and saw it?
I've seen it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, that movie just came out and you've already seen it twice?
It says it came out December 22nd.
Yeah, I saw it last Thursday, and then I saw it last night.
I saw the trailer for it when I went to go see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like mad. I was like, I was kind of on the fence after watching it.
Sure.
Especially if you with the long hair really like put me off.
That's Rasputin. I agree with you. He put me off too. If he's your reason for not going to see it, don't worry about that.
He's not in it very long.
He's in it a fair amount, but like there's more to it than just him. He's not the only villain, is what I'll say. He's not as bad as you expect from the trailers, at least in my opinion. I thought he was going to be really, really dumb, but I liked it, and it was kind of funny. There was some funny stuff too.
Oh, look, enough to attract another Russian friend.
Nice.
Or .red.
Yeah, so Styx is saying you got to find these to watch. You really do. If you like the Kingsman movies, you'll like this. It's more of the same in the sense of like the stylized action. Like the action is really good. Lance was leaning over to me halfway through the movie, and he was like, "Dude, this movie's really good. I love the action." And I'm like, "Just wait," because I actually was. I don't want to say bored, but like I was just thinking the movie was okay halfway through, and then about halfway through the movie is when it really picks up action wise, and it's just like there's some amazing action pieces that happen later on in the movie. I think it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. It's not like crazy long, but it's not a short movie either. The story is rich. The characters are good. Ralph Fiennes, however you say his name, really does an excellent job. He does better at the action and the stunts than I expected him to. It's a good time. I think if you're looking to go to the movies and you want to see a fun action movie, go see this. So,
Would you give it 1 to 5?
4,
Oh,
maybe a 3.5.
Your face was saying 3.5 when you were trying to figure it out.
Well, I think 3.5. 3.5 is probably better. I'd give the original Kingsman a 4.5. I just love that movie. So I think 3.5 on the Kingsman is probably a better score out of 5.
So you think that going back and giving us a prequel was better than continuing on Eggsy's story?
No, I would have rather continued Eggsy's story. There's no character in this that's as cool as Eggsy, but it's still a really good movie.
Eggsy and Harry and because
Yeah,
I'd like to see how they
Merlin.
rebuilt Kingsman after it gets blown up. And
Yeah, I really want to see the third movie, and they did this instead. I would have rather have seen them do a trilogy and then give us a prequel. The way they structured it is weird, like the franchise, I mean,
Mhm.
but it's still good. It's still a really good movie, and I would love to see a sequel to this. This covers World War One. I would love to see them cover World War Two. Granted, World War Two is 20 years later, but Aaron Taylor Johnson has a small role in The Kingsman, and I think their intention was if this movie does well, he will be leading the second iteration of this movie.
What is with this dude? Like, what is with
It's
that dude
Matthew Vaughn. Matthew
that we
Vaughn
need
likes
him
Aaron
in
Taylor
another
Johnson.
movie. Like, he's already going to be Kraven the Hunter, and he was Quicksilver. Like, he's everywhere with this dude. Like, what is with this dude? I don't know.
I don't get it either, but I do know, like, he was, in Kick-Ass, and Matthew Vaughn
Right.
did those, and so he likes him, so he wants him in his movies. That's what I think it is.
No thanks. I'm good.
He has a small role in this movie. If you're worried about Aaron Taylor Johnson, don't worry about him. He's not in the movie that much.
No, but I mean, if you're saying that it feels like they're going to spawn off into a sequel with him.
I'm just saying that because they set it up to where they could do a sequel set during World War II. But Ralph Fiennes, his character's probably, I don't know, in his 40s, maybe early 50s. I don't think that they're going to have the same character out there doing action 20 years later during World War II. So I'm just saying that Aaron Taylor Johnson's the only character that was introduced in the movie that I can think of that would be leading the next one. That's all. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I don't know that for sure that it would be him, but it makes sense. He's a bankable star. Not like the biggest, but people like
I think
him.
this is one of those I'm going to wait for it to come to like streaming to see.
that's what I was gonna do too.
Hey, you do you. There's some beautiful shots that look amazing on the big screen, but they'll also look amazing on your 65, 75-inch OLED.
I'm going to
whatever.
save my next COVID risk movie for the Batman.
Oh yes.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Can't wait. There's really nothing else coming out, huh? Like, there's some smaller movies coming out, but before Batman, there's
Well,
not
'cause
a
they
lot
had-
that I'm dying to go to the theater for.
Yeah, because Morbius is supposed to be January, and then the Batman is the beginning of March. But now that they moved to Morbius, there's really nothing.
Yeah, there's some home releases. They're doing like Macbeth. I like Shakespeare stuff. They're doing Macbeth on Apple TV Plus next Friday. I'm looking forward to that, but there's really not much. They're doing like a Murder on the Nile or Death on the Nile, but I don't really think I want to go to the theater for that. It looks cool, but I can wait for it to, watch it at home.
I mean, even with the Batman, though, when they announced that they're only doing a 45-day release window for theaters before it's on HBO Max, I'm almost like, do I want to wait and just watch it at home?
That's
or do I want to
awesome.
go to the theater and watch
Yeah,
it?
they're doing that with all their movies. I'm stoked about it. Like,
I'm going to the movies to see the Batman. I want to see
Oh,
it.
I am too.
I want to see it. Like, I actually
If
want
it's good,
the
I'm going
movie theater
multiple times.
experience for that.
That might be one I go to the Dolby for, so you get the rumbling seats, and
That's how I
I-
went and saw Spider-Man.
I want to feel it every time Robert Pattinson punches a dude in the face.
well, it comes out on March 4th, and Lance's birthday is the 3rd, so that's really when it comes out, is the day before, So if we can get Dolby, I know Lance is going to want to go see it in Dolby. That's my plan.
Tell them no, you're going with Kyle and Matt.
Yeah.
That's an extra 45-minute drive. I think I'm good.
Say no, I want. But if you go with us, you can have gluten popcorn. You don't have to have free popcorn.
Gluten
I get
butter
my own
and gluten
popcorn.
soda and
Yeah. You come out here, you can indulge. We'll spoil you like like a child who has to split time between his mom and his dad.
Yeah, so Stick is saying that Day and Date needs to go away. I mean, it is. I like the day and date thing. It's super convenient, but I understand it makes less money and can prevent sequels and things of that nature. So I'm game. The fact that Batman will be in theaters and 45 days later I can watch it on HBO Max.
Yes,
that's great. That's cool. Exactly. I can just watch it again. Same thing for pretty much all their movies. That's going to be the case. 45 days later, they're going to be on there. That's what Paramount Plus is for, the movies that are associated with them. The Mission Impossible and Top Gun are going to be on 45 days later. And that's cool. I think that's good. I like to rewatch these movies when they're fresh. So I think that's going to be great.
I can't wait for Top Gun. Talk to me, Goose.
I'm a little skeptical of Top Gun.
I'm with Johnny. Top Gun's lame.
I'm ready to take another ride into the danger zone.
That shit was so funny too.
That was hilarious. Tom Cruise isn't even cool.
Val Kilmer was a shit in that movie. He was on point or whatever he said.
Iceman. This dude didn't even make it in the Academy. He can't just show up and call himself a maverick.
Oh man.
Writing stuff like that must be so much fun. Like as a writer, being able to write something like that.
Right? It's got to be a blast.
Like they had to have had a few beers when they were writing that, and they were like,
or some of the music stuff as well.
See if they could use your canopy joke in there.
Dude, that's the best. That's the true villain of Top Gun.
The plain canopy that kills Goose. So good. Yeah, that's what Stick Boy just said. Remember, the cockpit was the real villain of Top Gun.
It was so awesome.
I need to see the original Top Gun. I've seen it. It's just been so long. I don't remember.
One of my favorite movies.
Shit, I watched it like a week ago.
Yeah, every time it's on, I have to watch it.
Is it on any of the streaming services right now?
I think it's on Paramount Plus.
I catch it on like HBO. It was like I think I woke up at like 3:00 in the morning like a week ago, and it was on like Stars or something, and I was like, "Ah, fuck it."
I do that with Armageddon.
I used to love Armageddon. I still like Armageddon. That was my favorite movie growing up.
Dude, I can't.
And then Matrix replaced it. Movie. Once I saw Matrix, I was like, "All right, this wins."
I've replaced Armageddon with Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park's a great movie.
That's my sleepy time movie.
Six says I have Top Gun on Laserdisc. Nice.
Really? Wow. So my brother-in-law got a projector so that we can watch movies at his house, and it's been like 4 or 5 months now. But when he had his birthday, he had us all over, and we watched Jurassic Park like in his living room on a big old projector screen with some decent sound. It was great, man. It was super fun to like watch that movie because when I don't think I saw it in theaters growing up. I don't think my parents took me, and so I didn't see it until it was on VHS. So it's pretty cool, man, to see such a classic movie on the big screen.
I remember making out with some chick in the Dollar Theater watching it.
Oh yeah, nice. That's a good memory.
Melody.
Her name was what?
Melody.
Oh. That's crazy. My grandfather took me to see the first Jurassic Park.
Fuck, Jurassic Park always reminds me of my buddy Chuck. When I was first hanging out with him and staying out at his house on the weekends and stuff, I didn't know how to work their TV and the cable. I didn't know how their TV worked. And so I saw that for some reason I got it on so that like Jurassic Park was in and I got the VCR to work. So I just sit there and I couldn't watch anything else. So I just rewind it and watch it again, waiting for everybody to get up. And I just never told them I couldn't work the TV. They thought I just loved Jurassic Park, so they left it in the VCR for me so that I could always watch it. And so when I would wake up before everybody in their house, and I would just say, okay, and I just go watch Jurassic Park. But yeah, for months and months and months, they just left it in the VCR for me to be nice. But I actually just didn't know how to work their TV, and I could get the VCR to come on.
Dude, that brings back memories though when you had to rewind. Like that's not even a thing anymore. You just start at the beginning, or like, I mean, like man, and the tape had to roll back and everything.
You had to be so, and you were so lazy that you actually had an individual rewinder that you'd put your movie in and rewind it.
Yeah, I remember those.
Like you'd actually get a rewind fee at Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
If you
You
didn't
kind of rewind.
I forgot about that. That's right. Man, throwback. Just the fact that I was watching a movie the other day. Every Christmas, my wife and I watch The Holiday together. And there's a scene in that movie where they're at a Blockbuster. And I'm just thinking to myself, holy crap, when my kid's watching this later in life, he's going to be like, what's this? What are they doing right now? What's a Blockbuster? Right. What's this store with nothing but movies in it? This is weird.
So
why don't they just go to Netflix?
They're trying to bring it back as a streaming service.
Oh yeah,
Blockbuster streaming's where you get to same thing. You get to watch new movies, like as they're when they would be coming out like on DVD.
You still have to pay a like $25 membership fee and
right. Remember, and you'd get pissed because you'd go there and the movie wasn't behind the box. So you're like, fuck, I can't rent it when you would go to Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck, now I gotta watch something I've already seen. Dude, I remember I rented Star Fox for Nintendo. And I remember my buddy's cousin stole it, and I ended up having to pay Blockbuster back for it.
Oh man, that's so annoying. Yeah, I remember it was a treat, man. We'd go to the store, and because like Fry's and stuff would have their own like movie rentals as well, and we'd just be doing our grocery shopping. And near the end of it, my dad would say, "Hey, let's go in the movie store. You can pick a movie out for tonight." And it was like that was the greatest like thing ever as a kid to go in there and pick the movie that you're gonna watch. My brother says that my parents finally gave up on it because we would always pick out Ninja Turtles and Star Wars, and so they finally just bought those movies on VHS so they didn't have to rent them all the time.
My grandfather was an original pirate, man. He would rent those for me, and he had a 2 VCR set up, so he would rent it and then copy it onto a blank VHS tape and then send it to me. So that's how I had all this.
They tried to get sneaky, remember, and you couldn't record from 1 to 1. And it was like the old video cassettes where you had to stick paper in it so that it would record.
Yeah, I remember doing that. I remember making mixtapes out of the radio, man. I'd have a cassette in there, and when the song I wanted came on,
you would pray for the DJ to stop fucking talking.
Yes, yes. Like, shut up! I want to hear the song, not you.
So always your mixtape said, "This is 101.5 no, DJ Brigo. We've got UB40. Oh, sweet."
Like, shut up! Just play the song. I just want to hear all the small things.
Like the days that you could call in and like request a song and they'd actually fucking play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I remember calling. And nowadays, why would I do that? I just go to Spotify or Apple Music and play what I want.
I remember The Edge. I don't know if you guys used to listen to The Edge.
Yeah, I loved The Edge.
So Robin Nash was the morning chick there, and then she would do a lunch thing. She got so used to me calling her at 7:30 to request my lunchtime song, she knew me by name.
Really? Wow.
Because I would call every day and request, these certain songs. And I would just every day I call at the same time because it worked. Wow. So I just called.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't do that. I think I called maybe twice my whole life.
Like I got Howard Stern to hang up on me once.
That's like the original Blocked by Liefeld. Got Howard Stern to hang up on you, but back before Twitter.
The Stern.
Call.
That was why I didn't like to do it. I was on hold so long. I'm like, forget this. I have video games and other things I'd like to do.
Stern, what do you want? That's how Stuttering John would answer the phone. Stern, what do you want? I want to talk about this. Click. God damn you, Stuttering John.
Either of you excited that looks like we're finally gonna get Comic-Cons back this summer? We finally get one here.
I'm not excited yet. Like I was telling you when they announced it, I don't want another lame Comic-Con. Like they've had like 3 years to like get fucking badass guests. So don't fucking shit on us now.
Call every day for a song request. That's so Terry Silver.
I know. I sound so old.
Ish, man. That is a great comment. I don't know. I'm not a con guy as much as you guys are. I enjoy them, but I don't like live for them. So I'm excited because it's been a long time since I've been to one, but I'm not chomping at the bit or anything. Where are you at? You're stoked?
I'm ready. I mean, I've still got tickets to San Diego from 2 years ago because when all this happened first and then they deferred everything. But it'll be a nice like water tester to see if I'm ready to go back to something like the craziness that is San Diego.
Yeah.
But
San Diego I'd love to go to. That would be really cool.
We'll see, man. We'll have to see what the state of the world is at that point and if they're even actually going to go through with it.
Yeah, if it's a good con and there's like I like going to the artists and stuff. I love talking to the artists. I love seeing all the different art. I like buying stuff from them. Like that's what I like to do at those
and
things.
Lately, the last few years, well, prior to this, they just didn't have that many good guests. Like I remember Comic-Con years and years ago where it was like I had a backpack full of shit that I needed and wanted to get signed. Now I'm bringing like 2 books, a book. Like, I don't know.
So Stick's comment is hilarious. Max doesn't go to cons because his wife won't let him. Too many hot chicks to warp his brain. I guess I give off a vibe or something. I don't know. That's funny.
But yeah, I'm ready for cons to come back. Like I said, it'll be a nice water tester. I'm just kind of like Kyle and I were talking about too, and he was like, if they don't have good guests, I'm not going. And part of me thinks like they're gonna have those big key guests because they're gonna come out swinging because they want to make that money after a 2-year.
I don't think they are because I don't think a lot of these artists and writers are going to want to come and sit in a crowded convention hall.
Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. There's a lot of those people aren't going to want to.
Like Tony Fleece, he doesn't want to do big cons. He said he won't. He's turned them down.
Yeah, but would you consider? I mean, I guess you consider Phoenix a big con.
Phoenix is a pretty big con. It's one of the bigger ones. So
I was just stoked when they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be in January." I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! It's gonna be nice and cool." And you just don't have, I just don't know. No. And then now going back to May, and it's gonna be hot as balls again.
Right.
It says Old Man Con April 24th, huh?
They always have those when I'm broke.
Another Old Man Con. Yeah, I'm a little priced out of Old Man Con, I think.
What's Old Man Con? I've never even heard of that.
They do it
they need to step up to a little bit bigger of a place ish.
Yeah.
And get a few more vendors, especially if I have to drive all the way out to Scottsdale.
It's like an old school Comic-Con where it's just they're in a little VFW American Legion building, and it's like old school it's just comic book vendors.
Just people selling books.
Yeah. People
there's no artists there, there's no actors there, it's just you just go there and you're looking for comic books.
Go in there to make the deal. AGP exclusive, nice. It's Scottsdale's Comic-Con. Yep. It's fun to go to if you're looking for old school books, but there's a lot of money. Yes, it is an actual legit Comic-Con issue. You are 100% correct.
Nice.
I know. They just need to get it to get it. They need to get it big enough that's in like the Scottsdale Convention Center or something. I don't know. Make it big. I want to be there all day.
Yeah, I don't want to take 2 laps around and be like, I can't afford anything. See you later. But I don't know.
We'll see. Don't get me wrong, though. It was cool, man. It was some of the coolest books that you like. I don't know, though, man. You walk into Fantastic World of Comics, man, and right now, if you walk in there, well, not right now because they're all in the back hidden. But if you go there tomorrow and walk in there, dude, the books that fucking is in that case now is insane.
I see all the Spider-Man shit that Ish is posting on their Facebook page.
I know a lot of it makes me cry.
Yeah, and it's like he did a giant set of X-Men today. I was like, oh god, I want that book. I want all
Dude.
that Spider-Man stuff.
I was holding their Stan Lee signed Hulk 181. I tried to put it underneath my jacket and leave. Ish caught me though.
They had to tell the force enforcer stop you at the door.
Yeah.
Ish's son wasn't letting you get anywhere with that.
Uh,
But like the first appearance of Green Goblin, they've had a lot of big boy books posted. I'm like, oh my god,
it's crazy.
like, what is it? They had a high grade 121 First Punisher. I was like, yeah, I'd have to like remortgage my house for that book.
129.
Yeah. What did I say? 121. Yeah, 129. If I could remortgage my house for that book, I don't think Aaron would like that. But
Tell her you're investing in your future.
that's
You
what I
guys'
told him.
future.
Samurai had a raw one for $850, and I was talking to her about it. I was like, that book just goes up and up and up in value. I was like, that book could probably put our kid through college. And she was like, oh, well, I mean, it's
This
up
book?
to you. It's your money. Yeah. She's like, it's up to you. It's your money. And I couldn't justify pulling the trigger on $800.
I think I drove around Phoenix one day
that's
and
a
I
lot.
took pictures of me in this book at different places throughout
You
the city.
did. You definitely did.
I'd be next to art. It would be like this next to my car in a restaurant. Like,
Yeah, you definitely did. That's definitely a grow book for me, man. That's one day.
one day. Oh, yeah.
One day after I make $1 million in 2022 in that hot podcasting game, then
Yep.
I'll be able to afford a 129 as a business investment.
My real goal is a Ninja Turtles 1.
Right. Not a third printing either, a first print.
Mm-hmm.
Ish says showcase first appearance of He-Man lasted 24 hours in the case just the other day, man. It was fucking nice. Yeah. I saw your post on that. Dude, the amount of money that goes through that store, I'm sure is crazy in books, man. I just can't understand, like, it is Scottsdale though. But like I'm just like, who the fuck? It blows my mind to think that somebody actually has that kind of money to just walk in the store and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop, $13,000 on a fucking book. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man.
That's so much money.
I'm gonna drop this amount of money on a book. It's just like, I'm gonna drop this amount of money on a Stan Lee signed Hulk 181 first Wolverine. That's just like, oh man. Bill had a TMNT first print 9.8 yesterday, Kyle.
You can have some of these in your collection.
Can I trade these up, please? Oh.
What? What? Damn. I'll give you both of these books for it.
That's crazy, man.
But you know what, everybody? Nothing beats this book.
Unicorn.
Unicorn number 1.
Is that related to the band?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. So
At Matt Nelson's.
that's where Bill's at right now.
What's Matt Nelson's?
He's a dude from CGC.
Oh.
Like the dude.
The dude.
Flipside has interviewed him.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Got
Well,
it.
guys, I think that's all I got. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
I just jumped on to say hey.
Hey, 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 hey,
I
hey.
want to say hey and then hung out the whole time. Glad you did. It was fun talking to you, man.
Well, I just saw it was you guys, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just a former employee of Bill. Damn. Why don't you go ahead and tell people about your show tomorrow night, Kyle? What you guys got going on?
I don't know.
Awesome.
But it's going to be a fun time. There's going to be a drinking game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've got all these different things. I think we're going to be, I know Ish wants to review some books. We're going to have some news, probably, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Comic book talk. You know, it's just like hanging out in your comic book store and just talking about books.
There you go.
So 7 p.m. AZ time.
Kyle just jumped on the show in a cocaine and revenge-fueled rage so he can torment teenagers over a high school karate tournament.
Yep, I did.
Kyle Silver.
I love our chat.
Kyle Silver.
So, yeah, come and hang out. It should be a fun time.
There you go. Yeah, go make sure to check out Kyle tomorrow over at Tales from the Flip Side channel on Modern
The
Comic
number
Mayhem.
one show.
Number one show on the Flip Side channel. You never know who you're going to see there. You can definitely catch Ish there. I'm sure Stick Boy will be in the chats over there.
Sam will be
I'm
there.
sure Patrick will be there. I'm sure that everyone in our chat will be over there checking out Flipside and saying what's up to Kyle and all the crew over there. But yeah, so if there's nothing else, you guys, it's been great being back. I'll see everyone in 2 weeks probably. Hopefully Matt or Lance will be back from his industrial head shining accident.
You'll be back after you're a dad.
Yep, I'll be back after I'm a daddy.
Excited for you, man.
We'll
Excited.
be screaming in the back. Shut that damn kid up.
Yeah. I mean, my dog's already got us ready, prepared barking. So
no.
Stick Boy says the only episode I got on got erased.
Is there a downloaded version? I need to see that episode, man. That sounded like high drama. I need the archive of that thing.
It's just hidden. It's still there. We didn't erase it. It's weird though. That episode's been watched like 400 times and it's fucking not even on the, like, you can't even, like, it's not even on, it's hidden.
Because people keep sharing it out.
Yeah.
But
Sticks Boy was awesome on that episode.
He was. I gotta get him on here sometime.
Yeah, you do.
But
He's
all right, well, that'll about wrap it up for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast. Thanks for jumping on, Kyle. Good stuff. I can't get this to work. All right. So, for this week's episode of Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Max.
And I'm K-Dog.
And we'll see you guys. Well, I won't, but Max and Lance will see you guys next time.
Next time.
All you freaks and geeks.
Come all you freaks and geeks. Let's listen to Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
We'll go ahead and spread our cheeks.
Spread the cheese.
And drink
And
some
we're for
Cosby wine.
We'll
Come on,
drink
you
some
Absolute
Cosby wine. It makes me feel